Alright people, so today's project, I am attempting to change the idler pulley in my wife's 2006 Honda Civic. The first thing I'm doing to start this is to get this wheel off and remove this plastic out of the way so I can kind of gain access up into this area of the car. The next thing I've decided to do is that the whole deal with this that I've determined so far is that's the idler pulley right there. You've got to get a Trox wrench up in there to get that thing loose. And you're not getting a wrench between this side of the firewall here and that idler pulley. It's just not going to happen. So there's no way I'm going to be able to get that idler pulley loose without pulling the entire unit out. So part of that unit sits behind the water pump. So there's the water pump there, and I've shoved a screwdriver into the hole so it would stop rotating because I was trying to loosen those bolts and the motor just kept turning over. And then actually I got the motor to stop turning over and the water pump pulley was sliding on the belt, so I had to put that in there to loosen those bolts. Those are 3 bolts on that pulley, and those are 10 millimeters, so you're gonna have to get that loose. So that's what I've just done, and the next step is to remove the belt. Okay, so a quick update on where I'm at. I have tried to use this Allen wrench and this Allen wrench as well to try to remove this bolt that you can't see because there's no light. Where is it? There it is. That bolt that holds the tensioner in place. I know that the engine was replaced on this car before because it had that crack in the block business where it was leaking the coolant and everything. And I will say that the water pump pulley bolts were on there just like super tight. Way tighter than they should have been. They were only supposed to be at 10 foot-pounds, and I really had to give it like everything to get them off. So those were way over tightened, and I believe that that bolt has also been over tightened, and I just can't get it off. So instead of trying to remove that whole assembly, because the tensioner part, the hydraulic tensioner part down here is actually still okay. So really all I need to do is get that pulley off and replace that. So I can almost get a wrench in there, except for those brake lines are running right in the way. So what I'm going to do is try to create some extra clearance by loosening this motor mount here. I'm going to remove this bolt here and like back this one up a little bit to let it kind of drop down. And hopefully that will give me enough clearance to get the wrench in. So I'm going to try that, let you guys know what happens. Okay, so I've removed this upper motor mount. Of course, I have supported the motor with a jack. Got a jack stand holding the car up, motor holding the engine up with a block of wood towards the rear so it doesn't roll back. I've heard there's people who have had issues with that. And I was able to just barely get a T47 Trox with my ratchet up into that area. It was very, very tight, but I've broken that bolt loose so I can get that pulley out. So I think it's just a matter of removing that bolt and swapping the pulley. I'm going to give that a shot, let you know what happened. So in fact, that did get it out. There was this little dust cover over top of the bearing. There's a little bit of play in this bearing. I'm not thoroughly convinced that that was a problem at this point. It seems to be rolling fairly smoothly. My wife said she did not want me to go ahead and change the water pump now because she noted that Honda did change it when they changed the engine block. So I'm going to try to just swap this out for now and see if that noise goes away. So I'm going to go ahead, put everything back together. Another thing too, to get the water pump out, I think this pulley tensioner is definitely going to have to come out of the way, and I just don't think I can get it out. I Google searched it, and there was a lot of people saying that this bolt right here is very difficult to get out, especially if someone has over-tightened it. I do believe that someone has over-tightened that when they did that motor swap for this car. And it says that a few people said online that Honda stated that if that bolt breaks off, the procedure for fixing it is to replace the engine. So I really don't want to get myself into a situation like that where I'm going to have to pull the motor, try to get the bolt out and everything. That seems really ridiculous. So I'm going to stick with just changing that pulley out for now and see what happens. So just a quick update. I've got everything back together. I showed you how to get the belt back on in another video. I'll add that link to it. But changing that idler pulley did not make that noise go away, so it is the water pump. I will have to figure out how I'm going to handle that situation later then. That's for another video on another day. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I've got a lot of other how-to videos, about 200 videos in total. And hit the like button and share this video if you know somebody that you think it would help. Thank you very much.